Hi, look around you. There are many mechanics in your area, but there's this one mechanic that everyone wants to engage to fix their car. There are many tailors in your area, but there's this one tailor that everyone wants to engage to sew their clothes. There are many teachers in your school, but there's this one teacher that you wish taught you almost all the courses. There are many medical doctors around, but there's this doctor that everyone wants to go and see. There are many food vendors around, but there's this food vendor that everyone will queue to buy their food. What is the difference? All right. They are in every field. The difference is called diligence. And that's what I want us to discuss today. My name is Yin, and I teach the discipline of work. Today, we want to understand what diligence is and the challenges that it comes with. Then the final goal will be how we can understand how it works and also how we can put it into practice, right? Okay, so let's get into it with some facts. First, what is diligence? Diligence simply means the ability to do your work consistently, thoroughly, carefully, regardless of how difficult, boring, or whether someone is watching or not. Okay, so that is diligence. And it requires a whole new discipline altogether. Okay, it is not taught in school. Most likely, it's not taught around anywhere in your society, but it is something that sets you apart. And the few people who had opportunities in life to learn this, they became very, very successful people in society most of the time, especially in career work. Diligent people are always the most successful ones. It's a skill that can be learned, fortunately. Okay, so first of all, in Ghana, diligence and honesty are the two rare qualities in every workplace. And they are the people who have these qualities are the ones who are on highest demand in our society. Most of them don't even need to go find a job. People already want you to work for them before you declare your intention to find a job. So it is that good. Puts you in the top 1% of people in our society that everyone almost is looking for. If you talk to recruiters and business people, you ask them the kind of people they are looking for people who are honest and diligent. That is it. The opposite of diligence is laziness. And laziness is not refusing to work, like many people think. Laziness is working enough to get paid. If you are just doing your work so that you can tick the boxes and get paid, by definition, that is laziness. All right. So the people you see who are refusing to work are not qualified to be called lazy people. They are below the belt, right? Now, let's start with the challenges of diligence. Why is it that you don't have many diligent people in society? Look around you. The people I mentioned, they are 1 in 100, but they exist in almost every field. Why is it that we don't have many of them everywhere? Because if we had all our workers in Ghana, including me, if we had these qualities, we could turn the country around in less than a year, right? So why is it that many people don't have it? These are the challenges. First of all, diligence require a lot of patience. Okay, patience all the time. If you wanted to do something diligently, remember what it requires: that you are consistent, that you work carefully, that you work thoroughly, regardless of the difficulty. So even if the task is difficult, you will still go by this. If someone is watching, you will go by this. If no one is watching, you will still go by this. It requires a lot of patience, and patience is not something that is very common in our day. We are in a fast-paced world where people want things done very quickly. Fast foods, everything fast. And so cultivating the patience to really deliver quality work is something that only few people have been able to maintain, right? Then number two, it requires attention to detail. It requires that you give careful attention and do every little thing very well, right? So if you take, for example, the mechanic that I'm just using as an example, you will find out that He will do his work very carefully. He will make sure that he understands the problem and he will solve the problem down to the minute detail. Okay, that is what will bring people coming. So the first challenge I said was that it requires patience, which is something that we don't have much anymore in society. And then number two, it requires attention to detail, that you will take your time and do the little things really, really well, patiently, right? Number three, it does not pay immediately. Patience doesn't put money into your pocket today. What it does is that it guarantees that you will get a job every day. Okay, so for the mechanic who is patient, he's not going to be richer today than the one who is not. But over a long period of time, he's going to be richer because every day people will keep coming. Anyone who comes to him will recommend him to people and he will keep getting job. If you're a career worker who is diligent, you will continue to get opportunities to grow and to thrive and rise all the time because people would want you to do quality work for them and they can rely on you to do that kind of quality work, right? Then number four, it takes time to learn diligence. It takes a lot of time. It's not something you can learn overnight. After you have made a commitment to learn diligence, it takes quite some time to build the little skills that comes with. And I'll share a few ideas very soon. And then finally, it requires that you care about the job more than the money, which is where the problem is, right? If you care about the money, if you are trying to be diligent so that you can make money, it doesn't work. So usually it is because you care about the job, you love the job. That is why you are diligent. That's why you want to do it excellently well. So it all starts from there. If you don't care about the job, if you don't like the job, your heart is not in it. You can't do it diligently, even if you were a naturally diligent person. Okay. So here are a few ideas that I want to share with you. If you think this is something that you want to invest your time in, right? First, prioritize job guarantee to immediate rewards. Okay. Diligence won't make you rich, as I said, but it guarantees that you always have a job. If you want to be someone on demand in terms of your skill set and your career, prioritize diligence. Okay. So look at the long term, that I want to position myself in a place where always people will trust me to work. So I'll continue to get some work to do. I'll continue to get some opportunities to invest my time and make something for myself and the people around me. Okay. So the long-term job guarantee is what you really get as a very diligent person. You wouldn't need to go looking for job. Jobs will look for you all the time because diligent people, as I said, are very rare in our society. Okay. Then number two, cultivate grit and patience. Grit is that, the job is difficult, but you've decided to work through the pain and get it done. Okay. Persistence. Patience, persistence is what really gets you through diligently. There are times that you are working and there's a deadline on you, you get very worried, and the task is also very difficult. You need to learn so many things to get it done, and you are tempted to just let it go. Now, those are the times you need grit. Okay, you need to really make a resolve that you'll persist through this and you'll get it done. Although things are difficult, you don't want to put something out there that is below the standard that you've created for yourself. You want to do things at a certain standard. All right. So grit and patience is non-negotiable. You have to learn to be patient. If you feel jittery, leave the task, take a break, and come back again and continue. Okay, until you have something that you believe is precious enough to go out there. Number three, master the little things. Genius is the little things done very well. Okay. So for example, let's say that I want to draft a proposal. Formatting of the proposal is a small part of the work. It's not the technical skill, but it makes a whole difference. If someone picked your proposal and it was shabbily formatted, do you think they will read it? No, they won't read it. So all the technical work that you've done, the investment of your labor will go down the drain because you didn't take your time to look at the formatting, which is a little part of it. Let's look at typing. Let's say the fonts you selected in your typewriting were not nice enough, or they were not official enough. That is a little skill that could cost you. You may be technically sound, but you will still not be able to get funded because you didn't put in the right work, right? So master the little things very well. When you know how to do the little things really, really well, what it does is that it shortens the time you need to do diligent work. Okay? Diligent work takes time, but because you've mastered the little things very well, you get most of these things done quickly. And so you're able to be diligent and still be on time all the time, right? And then finally, practice. If you have now realized that it is diligent people that really do very well in their work, and you want to be one of them, you have to practice. You have to learn to be patient in your work. You have to give attention to detail. You have to work and try to be thorough in the results that you produce. You have to insist that the right thing is done and make sure that it's done. And you have to train yourself to endure the tiredness and the difficulty that patient and diligent work comes with. It's very tiring, it's very difficult, but it's rewarding. If you train yourself to fall in that group, then you'll be rare and you'll be successful. Nothing can prevent you from being successful if you are diligent, especially in your work. I won't guarantee that you'll be rich, but I will guarantee that you will be an exceptional worker and everyone will like the results that you produce, even though the work may be very difficult. Okay. In conclusion, I just want you to look back again into the society and see all the people that I mentioned. They are not special people, but they are just people everyone wants them to work for them. I admire people like that. I admire the carpenter who would take all his time to build a door that fits. Okay, you thought he could have done it quickly and still earn the same money, but he says no. He works, and when he finishes and charges you, you wish you could pay double or 10 times the money, right? Because the work is just exceptional. It's made with love. You see the passion, you see the person pour himself down into the work, and it's admirable, right? They are everywhere. You find these people all the time, but they are very, very few and rare in our society. And I think that is a skill all of us can learn. So I'm hoping that this session was very useful to you and it will help you to at least think around these things. God bless you and see you next week. Bye bye.